this started, shall we? Hello everybody, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I asked you guys on Instagram if you would rather me do an eye look or my foundation routine, and overwhelmingly you guys asked for my foundation routine. So within this videos, I give you guys a couple of tips and tricks on how to make your makeup last longer and also how to create that flawless base. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also hit that bell notification because I will be uploading every Tuesday and Friday. Yes, every Tuesday and Friday. So make sure that bell notification is on so that way you are notified when I upload. And if you are interested to see how I create my flawless base, then just keep on watching.
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Being so bad got me feeling so good.
So to start off with my foundation routine, of course my skin is bare except for my moisturizer, and of course my brows and my eyes are already based. If you are interested to see how I do my brows, go ahead and check out my last video. It is my eyebrow routine. But for my primer, I am taking a pore filling primer. It's a smoothing primer. I only have a sample of it because your girl is cheap, and you know, until the sample is gone, that's not about the full stuff. It is the No Poreblem by Touch and Soul. I think Touch and Soul. I'll have it in the description box, so don't even worry about it. So what I'm doing is I'm just applying a little bit because you really don't need a lot of this primer, which is why I really like it, which is why I haven't ran out of it yet. And I just rubbed that in. Okay, so now here's my trick number one. What I like to do so that way my foundation lasts a lot longer, I learned this from Jackie. I like to powder my face before, just to lock in that primer and also mattify my skin out, so that way when I put my foundation on top, it'll be nice, matte, and it will last so much longer. So for my powder, I'm taking the Airspun and the translucent extra coverage. So I just take the butt of my beauty blender and I just put that powder. So for foundation, I use two foundations. I use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation in the color 430, and I also use my black Opal Skin Perfecting Stick foundation in the color Hazelnut. For me personally, I like my foundation to be darker than my natural skin color because once I highlight and everything like that, it will all like look like my skin, you know what I'm saying? I like to look bronze and I like to look, you know what I'm saying, done all throughout the year. Like I don't, wintertime is not the time that I'm supposed to look pale just because it's cold outside and you know the sun not shining and rocking diamonds, you feel me? So I like to look tan all throughout the year. I like to apply the foundation stick on the lower half of my face. So basically, because to me, I feel like the lower half of my face is darker than like up here in this region, you know? So I put that foundation stick on the lower half of my face, like almost like, you know what I'm saying, like I have a beard or something. For my foundation, I like to blend out my foundation with a brush, and for that, I like to use my Morphe M439 brush. It's a really dense brush, and it just like, it blends out foundation beautifully. Like it really does leave your skin looking flawless. Because myself, I used to love blending out my foundation with my beauty blender, but when I got this brush, I said, child, beauty blender who? Beauty blender what? So for my highlight, I like my highlight bright, really bright. Not really bright, but you get what I'm saying, like bright. I like her bright. So I like to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn, and I mix in my Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation by Maybelline in the color 332. Sometimes it depends. I'll use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Creamy Beige too to brighten it up, but you know, That's just depending on how I'm feeling that day. First, I go in with the LA Girl. Then to brighten it up, I just apply the 332 Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation over top of it. Now for my highlight, I do like my highlight to sit a little bit, because if you let it sit, then you get the maximum coverage. You know, let it dry down a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be sitting here for like 10 minutes letting your concealer dry. So I just let it dry down for like about like a minute, you know, just a minute. And I just let it dry. You know, I catch up on Instagram, you know, watch a little television. And I blend it out, and it has the max coverage, and it looks so pretty, and it gives you like that bam, full coverage look to your face, you know, because that's what I like. I like full coverage. I'm a full coverage kind of gal. So I'm gonna let this sit for a minute, and then I'll be right back to blend it out. Okay, so now that it's been a minute or so, I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to start blending from my chin upwards. That's just how I blend. And my nails are so long that it like rips through my beauty blenders. So yeah, that's why this one is all beat up. For my concealer around my mouth, I like to blend it all the way around because it just adds more coverage. Because for myself, my foundation, it wears off like around my mouth area. So me blending my concealer all the way around, it just adds more coverage to it. So that's just what I like to do. Okay, so now that my highlighter is blended to my liking, I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty matchstick in the color Espresso. Before I bought this matchstick, I was not into cream contouring, but it's just like, I don't feel comfortable doing a face full of makeup without cream contouring. So I just contour my cheeks, my forehead, and the sides of my nose. To blend out my contour, I like to take the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, because it's just like, it's small and compact, but it's still dense, and it just blends out this contour like a dream. So I just push it into that highlight, because I don't want to lose that coverage. So for my nose contour, I like to use the Lab to Beauty i3 brush, because it's just so small and circular. It's really able to get into my nose, like the curves of my nose, and really like shape my nose the way I want it. Alrighty, so now that we have highlighted, now that we have contoured, we can finally set our highlight. And for this, I like to use my Sacha Buttercup powder. I try not to bake because I do have dry under eyes, so I just like to pack that on because I want to set it, not bake it. The main place that I like to bake is the sides of my nose and the bridge of my nose, because I want my nose contour to be so snatched. I just want it to be snatched. Like, that's, listen, I'm trying to live a snatched life. So I want my nose contour to be a representation of the life that I'm trying to live. Then what I like to use to set my entire face, I do set my entire face with this powder and also another powder. I'm going to take the Morphe E41 brush. It's just a really dense, big, fluffy powder brush. And I just take like that much powder, tap off the excess, and then I just start powdering the rest of my face with this. And I love this brush so much because it gets everywhere else that you want to powder so quickly. So I'm all about saving time, honey. Okay, so for the second powder that I like to use on my face, it is the Black Opal Invisible Oil Blocking pressed powder in translucent, and it is just a translucent pressed powder. I use this to set my lids, and one day I just started using it on my face, and oh my gosh, like it is so pretty on the face. Like, and I'm using a Real Techniques, I believe it's a blush brush. No, this is the Real Techniques multitasker brush. And I like this brush because it's smaller and it's more compact, so I can really like get into everywhere that I want to set. So I mainly like to focus this powder like right on the sides of my nose and right where my pores are, because I tend to get oily around my nose and like just in this general area right here fast. And this powder, like I don't have to worry about that. But I do set my entire face with this powder too. Okay, so now to bring color and life back into my face, to contour. If you guys don't know what I contour with, where have you been? Of course, I use the BareMinerals Bare Pro powder in the color Clove, and I'm just taking a Morphe contour brush. And like the color is everything. It's just, it's so easy to blend. It's so buttery. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm putting y'all on. If you're looking for a contour powder, get this. Then to bronze my face, I like to use the L'Oreal True Match SuperBlendable powder in the color W8. I've had this for so long, like I should be ashamed of myself for how long I had it. And I actually used to use that as a face powder, but because like my skin has gotten lighter, it's too dark. So now I just use it like to bronze up my face. So I just place that, I use the same brush and I just place that right on the edge of that contour. I don't wear blush. I don't. I hate blush. I just don't wear it. Like, I just don't like blush. So if anyone's gonna ask me why I don't wear blush, that is the reason. I just don't. Okay, so now that my foundation is done, I'm just gonna go and do the rest of my makeup, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I just went and finished the rest of my makeup. I just did a nice pretty pink and glitter eye look, perfect for Valentine's Day. If you guys are interested to see how I did this look, just make sure you thumbs up this video, and I will make sure that I will film this look for you guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns about anything that I use or any products that I use, don't be afraid to contact me and connect with me. All my social media handles will be in the description box below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Mwah.